Hello and welcome to another video. Today is the raid again, and this is with pirates hitting the 900k tier, which is the max score. So first of all, we'll just go through the mods as always. Again, I kind of notice it's just the running theme with this raid is very much you want speed and you want certain orders if you can help it. Haven't got quite in the right order, but you know, still get the win. But obviously, ideally, you want Ifano to go first because you can dispel, and then obviously you want to follow with like Hondo, and then after that it's I think Brutus because you want to get the bleed down, and then you follow up really with Vayne or Kicks as they're kind of your least damage dealers and whatnot, and the least kind of they're just there more to tank or to heal, really. But yeah, we'll get into the mods. Sorry, before I keep waffling on. So as I said, you really want to get as much speed and obviously offense, crit chance, crit damage for Ifano as he's your big damage dealer. Hondo, survivability, a lot of speed ideally, probably more than what I've got there. But again, you don't worry so much about his damage. Brutus, again, you want damage, crit chance, that sort of stuff, and a lot of speed. As I said, my speed orders aren't exactly correct at the moment, but I am going to try and sort them out. Vayne, as tanky as possible. Maybe get as much tenacity on him as you can, just so he doesn't get stunned. And Kicks, again, as much kind of survivability as possible. As you see, he's got the fastest character there, which isn't ideal because he's going to go first and they're going to get a counter attack off straight away unless I use his revivability, which I don't want to use. But very much that's it for the mods, and we'll get into the battle. So once we get into the battle, it's very much like previous ones. What we're doing is we're trying to take out this left guy first, and then we're going to put down the captive on the right hand side. I believe I went with. So yeah, obviously with Brutus, you want to use his third ability first, just because he will cause bleed on everyone, which is obviously will help tick down the damage whenever they have a turn, which will help obviously with securing wins. So very much as you see, you know, first we're going to get the first guy down first. There is a little trick you can do, and I think I've said this before, when you were using Vayne in this team, if he dies before you use that ability, which adds to stacks, you do actually get another go with that the stack thing. So it's, you know, you can cheese it in that way, but sometimes, like I say, you don't actually need to do it. It's just helpful if you feel like you might, you know, you make it a bit easier for yourself potentially if he does go down. So all you do is basically you don't revive him straight away. You use the thingy when he's died, the ability, and then you revive him. And once it's his turn again, you get that. You get it basically. You get it again. Obviously, I don't think it's intentional that it was done like that. But you know, it's just how it is. But yeah, no, as always, I think once you get through this first stage, it is pretty easy. It's just, you know, working through. Obviously, you're trying to avoid causing counter attacks and stuff, just so the stacks don't reduce too quickly. Obviously, obviously as always, objective, get rid of the stealth guys first, and then obviously you focus on the two kind of clone troopers in the middle. But you know, it's very easy with this team anyway. Really, I think pirates are the higher you get them. I mean, I think I've noticed this with all the raids. The higher you go with the difficulty, eventually just starts getting easier, especially if you're using set teams or certain teams. it does become a lot easier. And I'm not sure if that's to do with the fact that how much better your characters get with the relic levels compared to theirs, or if it's just a case of, the actual special abilities you get, like the special traits you get from certain tiers. But I do think it's more to do with the actual relic levels on your characters. But as I only do these with the kind of requirements that you need. I don't do them with any higher. So I mean, I can imagine it is just that really, ultimately. But, as always though, as I said, once you get to the after that first stage with all the, if everyone's still alive in particular, it does make it a lot easier, and you can pretty much just sweep up and finish it off. I'll be honest, as the raid's gone on, as it's been out for a good fair few months now. I think it's got to be past half a year now. I think, um, it does become very easy. But yeah, there you go. And yeah, sorry, it does become very easy. I have noticed that the raid isn't overly difficult to think about. It's just figuring out how to get through that first stage. And once you get through that first stage, it's pretty much a walk in the park. Obviously, modding's always important with raids, and to be fair, with most events on this game, mods always make a massive difference. And having the right mod setups. I mean, I don't think mine aren't particularly anything special, and I think that goes the same with most of my teams. I think the only one that was very set up in such a way is probably the Bad Batch at the moment, because you need certain speed or you want certain orders. And then also when I was doing my Claire and Beck team, building it up so far, you wanted to have a certain set speeds, and you also wanted to go into certain orders and certain things to happen, as it was in the earlier ones. But as I got further on, I didn't really need that. So I think for the most part, it's just making sure your mods are as good as you can get them, and the character and speed. Ultimately, speed seems to be very vital, because obviously the idea is you're trying to outpace them and get them down before those stacks reduce. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully this has helped some of you. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.